morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. Thank you, as always, for tuning into my 2582nd edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar Carboni. Traders, again, thank you. This is going to be an interesting video because we are at an interesting moment that puts us at an interesting juncture on the charts. For OMNI, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell, great stuff. I can't wait to show those charts to you. Before we get started, know this. This video is coming at you on a Wednesday night for Trading Thursday, May 25th, 2023, and trading is very risky. Never trade without stops. They're protective. That's why they call them protective stops. Put them in first before you ever enter into a position. Stocks, commodities, crypto, you name it, put your stop in first. You'll live a lot longer in this business. All right, let's get going. So for trading on Thursday, this is a holiday week, right? Holiday reversals are abound, and what is going on in the markets right now, I've gotten phone calls and emails and texts and comments on my YouTube. Everyone's saying, Oscar, you're missing it. It's going to crack hard. And I am telling you right now, for this moment in time, it is nothing more than a holiday reversal. Holiday reversals it's what is currently playing out in the OMNI, S&P, NASDAQ, Russell. And I've got charts to show you that unless something goes wrong, technically, the holiday reversal is just about to end today, tomorrow, and back up we should go. Now, as we know, we're day traders, and if that environment changes, and by Monday, Tuesday, we're still cracking, well, then we'll deal with it. But I am telling you right now, two things are going on. You're not paying attention. The holiday reversals are what is happening. We just cracked into a double top in both Apple and the NASDAQ. Huge component to the market. If Apple stops at a double top, everything stops, right? So that just happened right when the holiday begins. The holiday reversal starts to set in. You've seen the last couple of days. Well, markets right now are at a perfect juncture for holiday reversals to end and at the same time, the debt ceiling solution to unfold. How does that happen? Well, just think what weekend this is. This weekend is the end of May. We come back in the beginning of June when the holiday is over, right? Janet Yellen has told our government we run out of cash June 1st. Well, doesn't that mean they're going to come up with a solution just as the double top got hit, the holiday reversal took place, we come into a perfect juncture to hold, and the debt ceiling is about to run out of time. So they're certainly either going to postpone it legally or they're going to sign it. And the people who think they're not going to sign this, there's never been a time in all of U.S. history that we haven't signed the debt ceiling and raised it. Not once. This time will be just like that time, same as it ever was. But they will use it politically to get some things done, either side, whatever they can put into it. But by the 24th hour and 59th minute, 23rd hour and 59th minute, they will sign that thing, I promise you. So I think the charts are telling us that. It's still the holiday week. We're only talking about Thursday. You still got to get through Thursday and Friday. But I think we're going to find our legs already, and the holiday flip is going to already be over. Bitcoin and Ethereum absolutely agree that we are at an interesting juncture on the charts to hold. Deflation, as I've shown you in many videos with many commodities, will help stem the tide of the ES going down either way. And then number 5 on the board, Tales from the Pit. I did one today, but I cannot do one tomorrow for a fantastic reason. On Thursday, I will not be in front of the camera to do Tales from the Pit. Do you know why? Because my little superstar Natalie, look what she just did. She just got her cosmetology license, full license cosmetologist, and her high school diploma. This week, at the same time, cosmetology happened today, high school graduation tomorrow. Go, Natalie, go. The weekend bash will be on Sunday if you guys want to come join us. All right, so traders, again, I want to reiterate because the charts are going to prove out everything on this board except for number 5. I can't show you that in the chart. But holiday reversals are what is happening right now. That's what's currently playing out, and that's why we dropped OMNI, S&P, NASDAQ, Russ. The perfect juncture, I will show you in many of our markets, which is what leads me to believe technically that the holiday reversal is coming to an end, and the charts are showing us probably the debt ceiling solution will come too. That we're going to find out, but charts, you know, the news always comes out in the charts first. Bitcoin and Ethereum agree with that on the charts. I want to show you that. And I've even got a couple of quick deflationary charts to show you to help you realize, even if we're dipping now, this year eventually should go higher. Traders, thank you for listening to that. What comes next is, if you don't mind, like and subscribe and share these videos around. We can certainly use the extra eyes on our videos, and I would like more people in my trading room, so you can help me with that. I will tell you one thing about number 5, Tales from the Pit. I left out my last day of high school before I transitioned and went to college and started the jobs on the floor. Turns out to be my last day, graduation day of high school, a really tragic day. Really sad day that kind of changed a lot of things that happened with a lot of people around me from that day. And I will tell you about that on Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern if you tune in to Tales from the Pit for my 5th episode. All right, so lastly is this. We're accepting applications for OMNICamp. That is at OMNIBootcamp.com. I almost read you the www, but how old is that? So I sort of paused on that one. OMNIBootcamp.com. Go there, fill out the questionnaire, and then I will call you back. Maybe I can help you in some way. What you can do by the way, at OMNIBootcamp.com is go there and tell me about yourself. There's a bunch of questions for you to ask. A bunch of questions I'll ask you. Answer those questions for me, and then pick a phone time for you and I to have a consultation, and I'll call you back. And there's no charge on this, so why not take advantage of it? That's at OMNIBootcamp.com. Make sure you set your phone appointment times. And from this point, I'm getting out of here so I can show you some charts. 2 things I want you to remember. 1, never, ever, ever trade without putting your stops in. Then 2, once you get into a trade, the way these markets flip around, when it's going against you, like we know it will at some point, say this to yourselves over and over again, because it may help you get through that tough moment. Are you guys ready to say this with me? Are you guys ready? By now, you people out there should know what that is. Stops are in. Emotions are out. But we're not done yet. I was going to show you charts, but I have to show you something else first. I've been working this entire week with a great friend of mine, Tony Tuzo. We're working on AI, and we are going to incorporate AI into what I do with the Omni, because there's no shot I'm going to let this AI train go down the track without getting ahead of it, because I don't plan on chasing it from behind. AI is new. It's getting incorporated into the Omni. Tony, come on up here and say hello, Tony. This is the man, the math genius that is helping me make this happen. We love you, Tony. Thank you so much, man. The Omni family loves this guy. Thank you, Tony. We really appreciate you. So now, let me say, let's go look at some charts. Traders, let's start off with this, the E-mini S&P holiday reversals. Look at this. The holiday begins here, and look what happens. Bam, bam, just like that, these 3 days. So the holiday reversal is real. And a lot of people are afraid that we are now going to crack, and this chart looks like it sure would, right? That chart looks scary to me, and it looks like it would crack, but I would never look at one chart to decide what's going to happen. NVIDIA, check this out. NVIDIA has been inside this channel for a long time, runs up like crazy. The first day of the holiday week, it starts putting in red bars. Boom, 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 boom. Just about came down and hit this like it always does. And from what I understand after the close, today news came out on NVIDIA and it went up like this. It hit an interesting juncture and popped, but it had its holiday reversal. Watch this. NASDAQ had a holiday reversal as well, right? It was doing really well up here and then smacked down for the holiday. But what did it do? Remember the resistance I've been showing you for weeks? It hits that resistance and then cracks, hits it, breaks down, hits it, something different, above resistance, gets above. Well, it comes back down and hits that now support, rallies all the way up, makes a new high, and NASDAQ settles on the high today. Bingo, right off the support. So, interesting juncture, it held so far. double top in Apple. Does everyone remember this chart? Because when we were all the way down here, I started preparing you for the chart. And I said we have a top here. Eventually, we're going to go up and test the second top. And it did, and I showed you that day. And then I said, look, now we have a bull flag. Well, during the holiday reversal, it pulled right back. But where did it pull back to? See this channel? It pulled right back to the channel, to the bottom of a flag, and right to the average. All three happening in one spot. Let me blow that up for you a little bit. That is all three happening in one spot. Now, if you don't think algorithms on Wall Street are paying attention to this, you're probably not paying attention to the market itself. How would I know that? Well, anytime you get near this, they come in. It's just what they do. Look, they just come in at the average. They'll certainly come in at the support. They're going to come in at this support. They're going to come in at this average. Good chance that Apple has hit its bottom already and the reversal is over. Now we go to the Dow. Interesting juncture like everything else. Now here's what I'm getting at. We just had the double top in NASDAQ. We have a holiday reversal week. We reversed down and we're getting right to the date, which will be 2 days more, 1, 2, that the government has to make a decision on our debt ceiling. Isn't it odd that we come to all of this support, the 200 bar moving average, the support here, all of that happens on the down move right before something's supposed to come out to make it go back up. See what I'm saying? It's a Wall Street setup, guys. That's what I think it is. Now, you got 2 more days. It can mess around here, but in the end, starting next week, we should be back up here going this way. Let's look at another chart. NASDAQ weekly. You've seen this in many videos for weeks and weeks on end, how it holds so well at the 200 bar moving average and has a big move up from it. Gets near it, big move up. Then it starts to jig-a-jag around and it tests it again. And once it starts to get above, it tests it and takes off into a bull flag. 200 bar moving average is held again. Channel moving higher on a weekly chart. It's also now, at this moment in time, as I'm drawing this, it's above the possible double top on the weekly NASDAQ. That's strength. Look at this one. Same thing blown up. That's the exact same flag I was just showing you. You see how you landed on the 200 bar moving average and on the channel? And you break out of the flag, and now we are above the double top. As of now, it's only Wednesday night, but that looks promising. Then we have this. Bitcoin and Ethereum, baby. I've shown you this chart. I told you in my last webinar, live webinar, get ready for when Bitcoin finally gets back to this spot, the 80 bar moving average, where obviously something always happens when you're near it. So get ready for something to happen. Now, this is a bear flag, and that looks scary, but it's also a good spot to find its legs and go back up. So let's see what it's going to do. Big challenge at the 80 bar moving average for Bitcoin, but at this moment, as I'm speaking to you, it is holding. Ethereum, the same thing, same average, looks just as pretty on Ethereum. And look where we are now, just touched it, good spot to hold. So I think that crypto agrees with the interesting juncture that we're at in the other indices. Now let's go to deflation. Deflation would stop the Fed from raising rates and push the market back up, because the reason why we stopped going up in the stock market and started to have this downward year was because the Fed had to raise rates due to hyperinflation. Well, that's when things were all the way up here, like copper, and you've seen in this chart in many videos how far copper has come down. I left you with that bear flag last time you looked at this copper chart in one of my videos. This is what it looked like, and that is what happened. Can you beat that? I mean, isn't that exactly what a bear flag should give you? And what did it do? It went down to the channel bottom again. Right? It broke out of the flag and went right to the bottom of the channel. Commodities are deflating. Later in the year, this will help the stock market go up. And wheat. Remember how insanely expensive wheat was? Look at all the price drop in wheat so far, and it's still heading lower. That is deflation taking place. And here's the basket of all the commodities. And when the Fed started raising rates and we had hyperinflation, if you will, the price of the CRB index, which is a basket of the commodities that we use to eat and gas and everything else, well, that was at 140.55. It's done this since, and its price now is 0043 on its way to lower. That's deflation, not inflation. That will trickle back into pushing up our stock market later this year. Traders, thank you for tuning in. Join me at livewithoscar.com. And remember, I'll say it again, stops are in. Emotions are out. Thank you. I'll see you at my site.